All right, let's talk about Romeo and Juliet. We're diving deep into one of the most pivotal scenes in all of literature, the duel from Act 3, Scene 1. This right here is the exact moment the whole story flips from a breathtaking romance into an unstoppable tragedy. And really, it all comes down to this single question. How does one street fight, one single flash of anger, manage to unravel everything and seal the fate of these two young lovers? It's pretty wild when you think about it. So let's get into it. So here we go. We start out on a sweltering day in Verona. And I mean, it is boiling hot. You know those kinds of days where the heat just makes everyone irritable and angry for no reason? Well, that's the vibe. The air is just thick with tension, and you can feel that something awful is about to happen. And it's Romeo's cousin, the ever-sensible Benvolio, who says it best. He's practically begging his buddy Mercutio to get indoors, because he knows this kind of heat just brings out the worst in people. It makes them violent. He's basically spelling it out for us, a perfect bit of foreshadowing. But Mercutio? He's not looking for peace. Not at all. He does this brilliant thing where he completely flips Benvolio's warning around and accuses him of being the hothead, saying he'd fight someone over the silliest things imaginable. But the real joke here, the irony, is that he's perfectly describing himself. Mercutio is the one who is just itching for a confrontation. And well, he doesn't have to wait long for trouble to find him, because here comes Tybalt, Juliet's cousin, the Prince of Cats, with his whole crew. And let's be real, he's not just out for a walk. No, he is on a mission. He is actively hunting for Romeo to make him pay for crashing the Capulet party. And right on cue, Romeo walks onto the scene. He's happy, he's in love, and he has absolutely no idea what kind of mess he's about to step into. So when Tybalt challenges him, Romeo's response just floors everyone. Tybalt doesn't waste any time. He walks right up to Romeo and hits him with the most offensive insult possible. He calls him a villain. Now, you have to understand, this wasn't just calling someone a bad guy. In that time, for one gentleman to call another a villain was a direct attack on his honor, his family, his everything. It was basically an accusation that demanded a duel. But Romeo doesn't draw his sword. Instead, he says this. He's trying to calm things down, telling Tybalt, look, I have a reason to love you, so I'm just going to let your anger slide. To everyone else standing there, this sounds absolutely insane. It sounds like cowardice. But we, the audience, we know the secret. And what's the secret? Well, Romeo has just secretly married Juliet. That makes Tybalt family. He's his new cousin-in-law. In Romeo's mind, he simply cannot fight this man. And this is what we call dramatic irony. We know exactly why Romeo's acting this way, but for everyone else on stage, it makes no sense at all. And this just lays out the whole conflict perfectly. On one side, you have Romeo pleading for peace because of his new love. On the other side, you have his best friend Mercutio, who is just disgusted. He cannot believe his ears. He sees this as a dishonorable, vile submission, a complete betrayal of the Montague name. And this is where it all explodes. Mercutio simply can't stand by and watch his friend's honor get trampled. He decides that if Romeo won't fight, well then, he will. Mercutio starts things off by taunting Tybalt, calling him a rat catcher, which is a direct insult to his nickname, the King of Cats. It's a public challenge thrown right in his face, an insult that Tybalt's pride just won't let him ignore. So the swords come out, they actually start fighting, and Romeo is absolutely horrified. This is his worst nightmare coming true. So he does the only thing he can think of. He jumps right between them, physically trying to stop them, trying to save both his best friend and his new relative. But his good intentions backfire in the worst way possible. By trying to keep the peace, Romeo accidentally blocks Mercutio's view. Tybalt sees an opening, lunges with his sword right under Romeo's arm, and stabs Mercutio. It's a cheap, chaotic, and absolutely fatal blow. And as he's dying, Mercutio gets it. He realizes he's been killed because of a stupid family feud that he's not even really a part of. And so he curses them both, the Montagues and the Capulets. This famous curse just hangs over the rest of the play, like a prophecy of all the doom that's still to come. So now, with Mercutio dead in his arms, the peaceful, loving Romeo we just saw completely vanishes. He is just consumed by grief and guilt, and in an instant, love is completely replaced by a burning need for revenge. He blames himself, 100%. He cries out that his love for Juliet made him soft, that it weakened him, and that his weakness is what got his best friend killed. He believes he chose love over honor, and Mercutio paid the price. Any thought of peace is just gone. When Tybalt comes back to the scene, Romeo completely abandons his newfound loyalty to his new family. He declares that his only guide now is fire-eyed fury. The transformation is complete, and it is absolutely terrifying. Romeo screams at Tybalt that Mercutio's soul is waiting for one of them to join him, and the fight that follows is incredibly fast. Fueled by rage and grief, Romeo just overpowers Tybalt and kills him. And in that moment, as he stands over Tybalt's body, the rage vanishes, and this horrifying clarity washes over him. He realizes he's just played right into fate's hands. By avenging his friend, he has murdered his wife's cousin. He's become a killer, and he's destroyed any chance he had at happiness. He's just a puppet, a fool for fortune. So, just as Benvolio is screaming at Romeo to run, the Prince of Verona shows up, along with the heads of both the Capulet and Montague families. They walk into this scene of absolute carnage, and they demand to know what happened. Just think about how fast this all went down. 2 deaths in just a few minutes. What started as some angry words on a hot day has turned into a double homicide. We've lost Mercutio, who is the prince's own kinsman, and Tybalt, the heir to the Capulet family. The feud has just hit a bloody, terrible new high. The prince has to sort this mess out. The Capulets are demanding Romeo's execution, but he follows a certain logic. Fact 1, Tybalt killed Mercutio. Fact 2, Romeo killed Tybalt. Now, by law, Tybalt would have been executed for killing Mercutio anyway, so Romeo just did the law's job for it. Still, he took the law into his own hands, so the sentence isn't death, it's banishment. Romeo has to leave Verona immediately, or he'll be killed on sight. And all of this brings us back to that one huge question that hangs over the whole play. Was Romeo's rage a choice? Could he have just walked away? Or was he really, as he cries out, just fortune's fool, trapped in this tragic chain of events that was set in motion long before he was even born? That's the question Shakespeare leaves us wrestling with.